Here's what we know so far. The LA County Sheriff's Department tells NBC News one person has been arrested and several others were detained following protests yesterday. U.S. Attorney Bill Essayli announced on X that more than a dozen people were arrested for allegedly impeding federal agents. This morning, it's still not clear what charges they could face. Crowds quieted down overnight, but earlier in the day, federal officials clashed with several protesters at several locations as unrest ensued. NBC4's Annette Arriola live in our newsroom to break down what else is happening right now. Annette, good morning.
Michelle, good morning to you. A very busy 24 hours. Demonstrators erupted across L.A., tensions reaching a boiling point, and now National Guard members are here in Southern California. And President Donald Trump has said that Marines could also be called in. This is the new video coming in from overnight showing the California National Guard arriving to the detention center in downtown L.A. The Trump administration saying the deployment is in response to the protests that began Friday night over immigration enforcement operations that have resulted in clashes between demonstrators and law enforcement. Now, this video here from News Chopper 4 is as it flew over the federal building last night on Alameda, and you can see there dozens of agents coming out of the building to disperse crowds in downtown. At one point, they fired pepper balls and flash grenades to push back protesters. Now, the LAPD declared an unlawful assembly and moved the demonstrators off the streets. Our McCullough Medina was on scene last night speaking with those demonstrators.
Are you concerned at all about what's happening here, how they're responding to you guys?
I'm concerned because honestly, like, we're peacefully purchasing, you know? We're not throwing anything. We're not causing any any damage, anything. I mean, there is graffiti, right? But at the end of the day, the damage was more cost to us than we cost to them.
And our McCullough Medina was also caught in the middle of the melee. You hear there the flashbangs going off. He was standing very close to the news van, and then you see him being pushed out as the chaos unfolds. Now, Governor Newsom has also issued a statement saying that the federal government's decision to take over the California National Guard is, quote, purposefully inflammatory and will only escalate tensions. Michelle, we'll send it back to you.
And canisters of tear gas were thrown into the crowds in Paramount yesterday as deputies and federal agents in riot gear stood across the street from a Home Depot there. The Sheriff's Department declared it an unlawful assembly and asked the crowds to disperse peacefully. Deputies say at one point the crowd grew to about 350 to 400 people and turned violent. Protesters were heard shouting at agents and throwing fireworks at law enforcement. NBC4 spoke to people in Paramount about what they witnessed.
It's anger that we have, fear, a mix of emotions, heartbreaking. You know, no one is expecting to go to work and not come home. People are here.
Yeah. And that anger is going to go to a whole different level. This thing is getting spicy, man. Fair use, fair use. Under the 1976 Copyright Act, I know how you devils get down, man. And your time is coming, Esau, Edom. The people fed up, man. Issachar, Zebulun, the northern tribes are fed up. Couple of years back, Judah was fed up. But the Lord gonna do it when these tribes come together, man. The Lord gonna do it because it's all prophecy. All right? Genesis 49, verse 8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies, man. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee, man. All right, and we all know that all the tribes look up to Judah. Judah sets up the trend within the tribes, man. And when that lion spirit start turning up, all the tribes gonna turn up. So right now, Judah's laid back watching, you know? But something's going to happen in the near future, and I can feel it. This is the beginning right here. This is getting spicy, you know? And these civil wars and race wars are coming, man. You know? The damn devil, Esau, Edom don't care. You know? Motherfucking Trump hates you Israelites, man. He hates you so-called blacks and Hispanics. Well, that was him. You know? And I got a lesson. Maybe I'll see if I snip it on this one. You know, let's see. But Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art going up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? He just, you know, once that old lion is roused up, the scepter shall not depart from Judah, nor a lawgiver from between his feet, until Shiloh come, and unto him should the gathering of the people be, man. And that's what we waiting for ultimately. Once all hell is breaking loose, and this war is going, they're going to come and the nukes going to fly. We're going to wait upon our Lord through faith, Yahweh Shai. You know, and then we're going to go there real quick. 2nd Ezra 13 and 29. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. And you know these Edomites are trying to fight against the Issachar, the northern tribes, Judah. These civil wars are coming, the race wars. You know, this is happening here in America. Babylon the Great. They got the martial law. They got the National Guards out there, man. And soon they're going to have them in every state because it's going to get crazy. Once people realize that this goddamn government done fucked them up in the ass, tricked them, and you can't afford to eat dinner every day, and your bills are just too high, and taxes, and, you know, going to the store, buy a box of cereal, $10, of milk, eggs, you know, skyrocketing. That's when the Lord gonna put the spirit on the people and they're gonna just go crazy. And right now we see it. It's the beginning of those times that we in, man. And the Lord said it. This is all prophecy right here. They're gonna fight one against another. But this is the point too, verse 32. And the time should be when these things should come to pass. And the signs shall happen when I show thee before, and then shall my son be declared, whom thou sawest as a man ascending. All right? When the Lord went up, you know, into the spiritual realm, man, to receive his glory. You know, Acts chapter 1, when he spoke to his disciples. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. You know, and then it goes into, you know, and that's where we at, man. You know, these uproars of the people, man, it's just going to escalate. You know, and remember, Trump hates you Israelites. Lord willing, if I'm able to get it, but I get it, do another lesson on it, you know, where he's being exposed. He hates you Israelites, man.
For a better living. And if people are not seeing problem with this, then they need to wake up because that's a big issue.
The FBI also shared this video online in an attempt to track down the person throwing rocks at cars in the city. President Trump deployed the National Guard in attempts to keep the peace, as you just heard. This is a move that the U.S. Attorney for the Central District of California says is necessary. He spoke with NBC4's Conan Nolan. Homeland Security says ICE has arrested 2,000.
United States Attorney Bill O'Saley says there was no immigration raid at the Home Depot yesterday in Paramount, but rather immigration agents were staging at a nearby federal building.
So it was just a staging area for our federal agents, but they were spotted and word got out, and these agitating pretty quickly.
O'Saley says that ugly situation did not stop them from issuing their pre-planned deportation orders. The rock throwing at their staging area did injure several ICE officers.
One officer broke a wrist. Some other officers suffered injuries from rocks and cement block pieces that were thrown at them. We had one individual throwing Molotov cocktails. He's been arrested now.
President Donald Trump last night was attending a UFC fight in New Jersey. Prior to that, he authorized the mobilization of 2,000 National Guard troops.
This motherfucker watching UFC. Why he's bringing that wrath. That damn devil, man. He signed on to mobilize, the National Guards. He's the same one a couple of months that signed an executive order to put more law enforcement to the hood, the urban area. And he made a statement called Unleash. We need to unleash. I forgot how the word goes, And I'm gonna do a new lesson. I know I keep talking about. I'm gonna put it up there where this devil hates you, man. It's been exposed. This the devil, man. Meanwhile, he watching a UFC fight. Damn demons.
To assist federal DHS and ICE agents, an action criticized by Governor Gavin Newsom, who posted that the move was inflammatory, that he is in close communication with law enforcement, and that there is currently no unmet need, adding, "This is the wrong mission and will erode public trust," as Saley welcomes the deployment.
You have thousands of people forming and gathering in crowds, rioting, attacking our agents, throwing rocks, throwing eggs, throwing Molotov cocktails. They overwhelmed the local authorities. They overwhelmed us yesterday. And so the National Guard is being deployed, and they're going to help keep the peace.
As Saley says, the weekend actions are nothing new. Search warrants Friday for employers in the Fashion District and targeted arrests for those facing court-ordered deportation on Saturday. What is new is the response.
We're seeing a very sophisticated level of organization.
What the hell the DEA doing over there? That's the Drug Enforcement Agency. You know what I'm saying? Man, this thing is going down, brothers.
By union groups and other groups to mobilize people to violently resist our efforts to enforce immigration law here. That's not gonna stand.
The U.S. Attorney says immigration warrants will continue to be served.
Yeah, immigration warrants. That's that wrath. This devil's coming down. But nah, you still love this devil, right? You northerners. But you're about to see the true horns of this devil, man. Right? 12 and 12, Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time. My man was watching a damn UFC fight. While he just mobilized, he issued a sign off to mobilize thousands of National Guards to whoop your asses out there, man. To bring down that wrath. Let's go into this word wrath.
Strong's G 2372. Thumas. Thumas.
And as you can see, passion, angry, heat, anger, boiling up. That's what's going on. These devils hate you. All right, well, man, let me see something. They hate you. Let's go to Ezekiel. Prophecy. You know, these devils hate you. Donald Trump hates you. These Edomites hate you. They don't care about you, man. All right? But it says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. This is a dark saying for America. And that's what we're doing. Starting with our apostles and elders. All the sincere bishops and elders and brothers that are prophesying in the highways and byways. We're setting our faces against these devils, man. They're not the Lord saying, I shall make thy face or forehead stronger than theirs. You know, going into our people that come against us. But yeah, against Esau, because he's the top enemy. And we know 2/3 are part of the enemy. You know, they reject this truth. And when you jump down to verse 5, what did it say? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. That's an ongoing forever anger that Esau has for you Israelites. And he's unleashing that hatred. Esau is displaying this hatred, man. You're seeing it with these goddamn attacks. This devil's watching a UFC fight and he's signing off for the National Guards to go out there and grab y'all up and throw tear gas at you, shoot at y'all, choke y'all up, arrest y'all. Issachar pissed off because this devil was doing this whole ICE thing, arresting people. And you know, that's some bullshit. We know that. You know, they're attacking hardworking families, man. People that been here 20, 30 years, done made a life for themselves. You know, working families, they're attacking these people. You know, but they'll use an excuse like we're looking for the criminals and those that are illegal. But what about your stinking ass, Esau? You're the first illegal. If you want to talk legal terms, you the first illegal, man. You came here and took the land from the northern, from Gad, Reuben. You know, you have a very dark history and background. But Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua did not forget about that. You're going to have to pay for that. You're going to have to pay for that. Oh, yes, you is. No one escapes the Lord's judgment. Not one. Let's go to the book of Nahum, chapter 1. No, what is that? Nahum 3, Salak. No, it's 3. Salak, I'm right. Nahum 1 and 3. The Lord is anger. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. You're not going to be acquitted, Esau. You're going to have to pay for everything you've done on the planet Earth, starting with his people, his apple of his eye. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind and in the storm and in the clouds or the dust of his feet. You're going to have to worry about the chariots invading this place, as the prophet Habakkuk said. You people don't understand what's about to come to this place, man, because you don't understand prophecy, man. All right? We go to Amos now. Let's go to Amos. All right, let's go to 1 and 11. All right, let's highlight that green. Thus said the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4, I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and kept his wrath forever. Why? Because it said it. Ezekiel 35 and 5. Let's go back. Because thou hast a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. In the time of their calamity, and in the time of their iniquity had an end, man. And there you go. You're going to pay, E. But ultimately, the 2/3 are going to rouse up. Judah going to come in the scene. This is going to turn up ugly. It's going to get spicy and ugly. Shalom.